Hello, party people. I'm having one of these jinx days where none of my recordings are actually working out that well, so I'm going to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. You can see that I've started really pulling up track. It's really done. And while this process was happening, it was a sad time. It was really wow, it's really done. Like, even when I was taking all the cars and buildings off and packing them up, I still had the track up, and it was still one of those things where it's like, hey, if I really wanted to, I could pull one of the trains out of the boxes and run a train around. But now it's really done. Track is up. I wanted to sing the praises of this stuff. Bloop. This silicon acrylic caulk, basically, is the best stuff on the planet. And I'll explain why. This is the clear version. There's also a white version. You can see the little strips over there. The little snake-looking thing is the white version. The clear version is awesome because, A, you can use it for figures. Basically, all these figures were glued down, and I just popped them right up without breaking the legs off, which was happening with the glue I was using, snapping N-scale legs off left and right. Here's the stuff right here. See if I can focus on it. There we go. So you can see it's just like a rubbery, squishy, you can make a fake gummy bear out of this stuff. That would be a hilarious prank. But what I like about it, I'm trying to keep it in focus here. What I like about it, focus please, is that you can use it for a ton of stuff. Basically, there's Amuro Designs. He's like my hero. I was wondering how he got his figures just to stick when he was putting figures down and not move around. This stuff was great. You basically squirt down a bead of it, bloop, and then you can dip your figure in and place it. And when you place it with the, these guys, these little tweezers, place it, bloop, it stays, and it doesn't do that thing that I hated where figures would just go and just fall down. So you're gluing figures down, you go back to where you started, and it's like figures are all lying down like a bunch of dead people. Arg! So that's thing one, fantastic, and I think I've talked about that in previous videos. The second thing is I pulled up all this track today and did not lose a single piece of track. It all came right off, and that's because of this stuff. It really sticks the track down, but you can see it just comes right out, right? What I had going last time was glue. And the problem with the glue is, look at that. That's Kato track right there. Glued down super securely, but it was just, you couldn't pull it up. I had to pull it up with a screwdriver. And there were areas where I couldn't even pull the stuff up. And now look at this. Look at that. With my hand. Off. So I highly recommend that stuff. And the track didn't move. It kind of deadens it a little bit as well because it is rubbery. So it helped with that as well. And just pulling stuff up, it was so easy. It was super easy. And, I had areas on the layout here from last round with big globs of glue, gluing stuff down, and I had to chip it up. I don't know if I have any spaces here now, but I think I covered it all up. But I had to chip it up with a screwdriver, and it still didn't really come off. You can see it's ridiculous. So that's my pro tip for today. Is I would highly suggest that, and the track did not move. It stayed in place, so it does keep things down. But then when you need to get it up again, it comes up like that. Boom, done. So highly suggest doing that. What else did I do? I pulled up, obviously, all of the Soyokaze and Shizuka and Kiwamura stuff. And I've been using these boxes. And so just basically organizing it up. I have like paper stuff here that's a little more fragile. Have all the shopping area stuff here from Soyokaze, and basically putting it in here according to location and type. So like here's some more paper stuff that's a little fragile. paper stuff, paper stuff. And that seems to be working out pretty well, and I'm going to gather all that stuff up. I have more stuff here, signage, crossings, and the like. I have all my harbor stuff in here, and so that'll all go in a box along with like the figures I haven't even opened yet. I have my cars, the cheapy cars, like this cheapy, Kato cars and whatnot. They all went in here, and I also have a bag of cars I haven't even opened yet from China. I think this whole bag cost about $15 or something. It was a great deal. And it's great for background cars. They're not bad cars, they're just not like super pro. The super pro stuff I put in this box, layered up with foam and all sorts of stuff. So I layered up all my buses on the bottom row. Those are all flat tops. Then I layered up remaining trucks. I put a thing of foam over that. I did more layering of cars and stuff. And then I packed it in really tight with the sheets that were up, the material that was up to block the underneath of the layout. Super stable, shouldn't be moving around, and it should hopefully survive a few months in a pod. So all this stuff is going to go in a pod. The next thing I want to do is go through all of, I want to have to pack up my track as well, put that neatly away. But also go through my Woodland Scenic stuff, my glue and all that. I'll probably end up keeping my tools and glue stuff out because I have two little girls who like to break stuff. And I'm constantly fixing their toys with my glues and tools and whatnot. So I'll leave those out probably, pack them away. But then I pulled off all these trees and things. I'm going to put that in my Woodland Scenics box and kind of clean up that stuff tonight. Get that going along with the track. And then I'm going to try, I'm going to swing around here. Got to pack up my daughter's layout, of course. But I'm going to try to pull these things apart. All the bench work is all kind of screwed in here. And the idea is that I'm going to keep this wood and kind of stack it. So I was thinking, okay, well, how do I do that? I don't want to pull all the stuff apart because that's just a nightmare. But I figure if I pull off the legs, boom, here, figure out which screws I need to take out for the legs, I'll be able to lift this off. So this will be a piece, the bench work here. The legs will be a piece, so I can lay everything flat and stick it into the pod. And we'll see how that goes. I'll probably tackle that tomorrow. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to keep this for now. I'm just going to pull it off and keep that. What else? I think that's about it. So yeah, that's progress so far. Some of this stuff is just going to go. I might even try just to keep this stuff on for now, just to cut down on my workload for now because this is crazy right now. This is just me packing my office, and I still have to pack up the house as well. So that's fun. And then there's all these like random things that I wasn't really thinking about. They need to go somewhere as well. So I'll take that on as well. But it wasn't as painful as I thought. There was a little, like I said, when this track came up, I was like, well, that's it then. That's like, I can't run trains around anymore. That's it. And so I was pretty proud of my packing this time. Unlike when I did my little renovation a few months ago, I actually took time and packed things up very neatly. And so hopefully when I pull them out again in half a year or so, everything is still together. That would be great. Things that are proving difficult, oddly enough, are my helicopters. I have all these helicopters. I have some over here too, I'll show you. Some stuck over there. And of course, this guy. And the problem is these, like, they're very fragile and they're hard to pack. And it's like, wow, that's something I didn't really think about, is trying to pack that crap up. It's like really proving a difficult little thing. So anyway, if that's the worst of it, I'll take it. And I guess that's about it. These have been great. These are working out fantastic. Super helpful and keeping things organized and not mashed, which is key. And even if things do come off, like there's a lot of these little small pieces and things that actually could get jostled off. But even if they do get jostled off, they still remain in the box, which is great. So they're gluable. Everything should be fine. That's about it, guys. That's about it. So I will do probably one more once these things get done, just to kind of wrap it up. Mostly for me, just to kind of say like goodbye. I was going to do a little video with photos of my son helped me build this bench work, and my daughter was sitting at one point. She was sitting over here. Little Talia was sitting on the bench work. I was going to do a big kind of high production video with all that kind of stuff, but to be honest, kind of broke my heart a little bit. I was there and I was just like, oh yeah, and I put these pictures of Drake and I, building this thing, and little Talia, who at the time was like 4 or something, sitting on it. But yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it. But yeah, it's been a great run, and I think that I'm really excited about some of the stuff that I've been like looking at as far as what I want for my future layout, including this is where the yard was. A bigger yard. I want like a big yard. I want the yard to be like from here all the way over to there, and be able to have big long trains with more cars. I want to have longer runs, so I want a run that goes, if I can, like a length of a 2-car garage around or something. Stuff like that would be really cool. So depending on the space we get, we'll see how that goes. But that's some of the stuff that's been coming up. And my daughter requested a tunnel. She's like, are you going to have another tunnel? Because she really liked this tunnel. She likes seeing the trains go through the tunnel. So yeah, maybe a longer tunnel. This system worked really well. Let's see if I can reach over. Basically, when I made it, I just left a big hole in the top and then popped a little lid on top. And that allowed me access in case the trains came derailed in the tunnel. And everyone has little ways to do it. Some people have it in the back. So you have the front, and then you have a whole back section that you can just remove and stuff, depending where the tunnel is. So yeah, I'm just starting to think through that stuff. And so I'll spend the next couple of months, probably like 6 months or so at least, figuring that out. So that's it for now. Moving along. That's it. So thanks for watching. Comments are always appreciated. And I'll do one more video probably at the wrap of all this stuff, just to kind of bring it all together. So that's it from NRail for now. Thanks for watching.